Radha Swami. Today we are going to study report writing. Report writing. After having a deep study of English communication, we come to know that the report writing is an inseparable part of English communication. It plays a very important role in the official communication. In fact, report is a unique art. Actually, in the modern age, the business functions are very complicated or complex. Every concern, whether the top level of the management or the board of directors, want to have the latest information of the concerned departments. Right? So, report writing is a very important topic. Okay? Now, let us know what report is. There are many definitions, but some important definitions are in this way. The art of an exciting account of an event is called a report. Well, the art of writing an exciting account of an event is called a report. The next definition of report is a report is a form of a letter written by a senior officer to his or her authorities, informing about the work led by him or her. A report is a form of a letter. A report is a form of a letter written by a senior officer to his or her authorities informing about the work, informing about the work led by him or her. Well, the next definition, a report is a form of a letter written by a senior officer to his or her authorities informing about the work led by him or her. Right? We can also define a report is a form of communication a report is a form of communication in which some information is conveyed, usually in writing, to someone who wants or needs it. A report is a form of communication. A report is a form of communication in which some information is conveyed A report is a form of communication in which some information is conveyed, usually in writing. Usually in writing. To someone who wants or needs it. A report is a form of communication in which some information is conveyed, usually in writing, to someone who wants or needs it. Clear? So, these are the definitions of report. Clear? After the definition, the next step is the kinds of report or types of report. Generally, the reports are divided into two parts. They are formal report and informal report. Okay? You can say there are two kinds of the reports. They are number one, formal report, and number two, informal report. There are two kinds of reports, number one, formal, and number two, informal. Now let us know about them, what they are. Number one, formal report. A report that requires or needs all the formalities like phraseology, the proper use of words, and definite structure is called a formal report. A report that requires or needs all the formalities like phraseology, the proper use of words, and definite structure. A report that requires or needs all the formalities like phraseology, the proper use of words, and definite structure is called formal report. Clear? Number two, informal reports. Informal report. A report that doesn't need any formalities is called informal report. that doesn't need any formalities. A report that doesn't need any formalities is called informal report. इनफॉर्मल रिपोर्ट में कोई भी फॉर्मेलिटीज की जरूरत नहीं. इन अदर वर्ड्स, वी कैन डिफाइन a report submitted with some personal touch is called informal report. Or we can define a report submitted with some personal touch. A report submitted with some personal touch is called informal report. Clear? Now, after the classification of the report, the formal reports are further divided into some divisions. What are they? Formal reports की भी divisions हैं. For example, a laboratory report, periodical report, clinical report, work progress report, inspection report, annual report, and market report, etc. Laboratory report, periodical report, laboratory report, periodical report, clinical report, work progress report, work progress report, inspection report, annual report, and market report. Etc. So, these are the divisions of formal report, right. each report serves a specific purpose. A report may be in a few sentences, in a paragraph, or it may be lengthy according to the nature of the case or situation. Each report serves a specific purpose. A report may be in a few sentences, in a paragraph, or it may be lengthy. According to the situation or case. So, there is no definite length of the report. It may be in a few sentences, in a paragraph, or it may be lengthy according to the nature of the situation और केस. किस टाइप का केस है या सिचुएशन है उसके मुताबिक रिपोर्ट की लेंथ होती है. इट मे बी लेंथी और इट मे बी इन अ फ्यू सेंटेंसेस अकॉर्डिंग टू द नेचर ऑफ द केस. क्लियर? Now, the format of a report. रिपोर्ट का क्या फॉर्मेट होना चाहिए? A report consists of 3 parts. रिपोर्ट के 3 पार्ट्स होते हैं. नंबर 1, इंट्रोडक्शन. नंबर 2, बॉडी. एंड नंबर 3, कंक्लूजन. इंट्रोडक्शन, बॉडी एंड कंक्लूजन. These are the 3 parts of a report. हेलो, हाँ क्लास में बोल. अभी थोड़ी देर में बात कर रहे हैं. Introduction, body and conclusion. Introduction, it means the brief history of the situation or case. It means the brief history of the situation or case. इंट्रोडक्शन में क्या है? इंट्रोडक्शन इज द ब्रीफ हिस्ट्री ऑफ द सिचुएशन और द केस. क्या केस है उसकी ब्रीफ हिस्ट्री कहां है? इंट्रोडक्शन. ओके. देन बॉडी, इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ द होल मैटर. It consists of the whole matter. यहां पर पूरा रिपोर्ट होता है, पूरा मैटर रिपोर्ट का जो है. देन थर्ड इज कंक्लूजन. Conclusion consists of the advice and instruction which are made. It consists of some advice or advice and instructions which are made. कंक्लूजन में क्या होते हैं? इसमें या तो एडवाइज है या कुछ निर्देश. सो कंक्लूजन कंसिस्ट ऑफ सम एडवाइज एंड इंस्ट्रक्शंस. सो दिस इज द फॉर्मेट ऑफ द रिपोर्ट. Okay. After the format, the next step is the language and the presentation of the report. And presentation of the report. Language and the presentation of the report. So far as the language of the report is concerned, it must be dignified and courteous. The report must be unbiased. Even when someone is going to criticize anybody, it is advisable to moderate criticism. In short, the language and presentation of the report lend the more credibility to the report. Besides this, one should always remember that a good report presented in a poor style will make the report unreliable. Hence, a report should be more objective and impersonal than any correspondence. Right? After the language and presentation, the next step is some opening sentences of the report. रिपोर्ट को हम कैसे बिगिन करते हैं? जनरली इट इज विद रेफरेंस टू योर इंक्वायरी रिगार्डिंग द, क्या आपका केस है, सिचुएशन है, आई वॉन्ट टू रिपोर्ट दैट द, with reference to your inquiry, with reference to your inquiry regarding अब यहां सिचुएशन आपकी या केस क्या है? यू आर राइट, आई वॉन्ट to report that the death. तो ये ओपनिंग सेंटेंस है विद रेफरेंस टू योर इंक्वायरी रिगार्डिंग द सिचुएशन, आई वॉन्ट टू रिपोर्ट दैट द, आगे मैटर आपको रिपोर्ट का लिखना. सिमिलरली we can also begin our report with this, in this way. On the 15th October, the 15th October 2020, I went to inspect on dash the 14th October 2020, I went to inspect the dash. ठीक है, तो यहां से ये इंस्पेक्शन रिपोर्ट का आपका ओपनिंग सेंटेंस. We can also start a report I beg to report that. So, these are the starters or the opening sentences of the reports, and you can also write a report with the help of these starters. Clear? Now, in your notes I have given some specimen reports. So, you can go through them. They are like write a report about the progress of a work at the site. Similarly, write a report to the health officer of your town about the outbreak of malaria in your locality. Similarly, write a report to SSP against the behavior of a sub-inspector who refused to lodge your report. And a specimen of inspection report. So, they are given in your notes, you can go thoroughly through them. Right? तो बहुत संक्षेप में मैंने आपको ये बताया रिपोर्ट इन डिटेल्स. यू कैन गो थ्रू योर नोट. क्लियर? एनी प्रॉब्लम? ओके, थैंक यू. राधा स्वामी.